As we come to the conclusion of the series on Vyasa, the epitome for yoga therapy, today I will be taking you through S. Vyasa, which is the University of Vyasa. We will be in conversation with Dr. Vikas Rawat. We will also see what happens at S. Vyasa with regarding to the classes and also see a few students in action. Please watch part 1 to part 4 of Vyasa series in case you have missed. Do like, subscribe to Digital Wellness.
To my channel Digital Wellness Vikas Bhaiya. It is great talking to you, and I heard from both Didi and Guruji on the various key activities and things that is being done at Vyasa, and I understand from a capacity building standpoint, S. Vyasa is your key. So I wanted to understand from you what are the key initiatives and activities that is carried out at S. Vyasa.
Yeah, Namaste Didi. So Vyasa is actually it is a deemed to be university, and here we run different courses for the undergraduate courses, postgraduate courses, and doctoral courses, PhD. So we have some certificate course also we run here. That is the YIC Yoga Instructor course. So in a BSc we have here that is a 3-year course. In BSc we have BSc Yoga and Yoga Therapy, and another course we have BSc Yoga and Consciousness. In Master we have 2 courses, MSc in Yoga Therapy and MSc in Yoga and Consciousness. And in PhD we have the PhD. The people those who want to do the PhD, they can do in the 5 different divisions we have. So like Yoga and Life Science, Division of Yoga and Life Science, Division of Yoga and Management, Division of this one Yoga and spirituality, and division of yoga and humanities. So 5 division we have here in our PhD. So people, if they want to do PhD, they can choose any one division, and from there they can do their PhD. So basically the S. Vyasa is a university, and here we run all these long-term courses as well as short-term courses.
When somebody joins the S. Vyasa, what is the career path for anybody joining the S. Vyasa?
Like that, I told you that we have here undergraduate, postgraduate, and doctoral program here. So now, if a student is completing his undergraduate, his graduation, after that he can work as a yoga instructor. Or nowadays, I am seeing that a lot of Ayush centers that they are releasing a vacancy like a yoga instructor. So they are also their student. They are working. Their personal freelance classes student they are taking. And even I have seen our 80% of the students, those who have passed out from here, once and twice they have visited the foreign abroad also. And some of them they are still there working. Like some of the students, our students, they are working in the Vietnam, Indonesia, Singapore, China, Russia. So they are also our student, they are working there. Then for the postgraduate student also, those who are doing from here PG, for them now government has started that NET exam. So they can go for the assistant professor now after completing their NET, qualifying the NET exam. If they are qualifying the JRF, then they can be somewhere in the research they can work, or they can work as an assistant professor in some of the university they can apply. And some of the students they are going for the higher study, they are for the doctoral. And after completing the PhD, now recently all the central universities in India, around 700 universities, they've released the vacancies. So in all the central universities, one lot of job opportunities there, and now state governments also very soon they will be also releasing the vacancy. So students they have now very bright future in the field of yoga.
So that is very interesting to hear. So what is the entry criteria if somebody wants to be enrolled at SVyasa?
So first, in any course, if anybody want to join in SVyasa, we are saying YIC course, 1 month yoga instructor course is a compulsory course for that one. That is a foundation course. And even the people, those who don't have the background of yoga, they can understand the YIC. And the another thing in the YIC, the very good interesting thing, this is summary of all the course, we can say. Because when the morning 5 o'clock, student will wake up and then they will attend their class, and up to evening of 7 o'clock, they have continued classes. No, in between, they have Krida Yoga and practical session also, theory session also, bhajan session, a lot of things is there. So this is a summary of, we can say, a YIC summary of all the courses. So student, if they are doing YIC from here, they will be realizing, yeah, so they are ready for now long-term courses from here. That is the first thing. After that, now if anybody want to apply for this one UG courses like BSc, so for them 10 plus 2 is a basic requirement with 50% marks. 10 plus 2 with 50% marks is the essential education qualification for the BSc. And for the MSc also, YIC plus in graduation they should have 50% marks. And for the PhD the criteria is either they can take direct entry if they are clearing their NET exam. So JRF or even assistant professor if they are clearing, they have a direct entry. Or another, they have to go through our entrance exam. So entrance exam will be for these people, those who are not clear the NET exam. After that, both the people, those who clear the NET as well as those who are clearing the entrance exam, for them interview will be there. So in the interview, they have to present their synopsis, what work they are going to do in future, and during their PhD, they have to present, and then the committee will decide whether they are fit for this one, so they can pursue their PhD if they are fit.
So in a year, how many students get enrolled in your BSc and your MSc program?
Yeah, for the BSc, we have the vacancy of 100 people. So that one, people they can apply for this one. For MSc, we have the vacancy of 80 students in the yoga therapy. I'm talking about yoga therapy. And in BSc consciousness, we have a vacancy of 40 people. So they can apply for the BSc yoga and consciousness. In MSc yoga and consciousness, around we have the 40 vacancy. So student they can apply for the basic MSc consciousness. For the PhD, depend upon the vacancy. Every year it will be fluctuating because it depends upon the guides. How many guide is available? So that is not fixed. Sometimes if student pass out is more, so then the intake will be more. If pass out is less, then we'll have less intake in the PhD.
So how do they get hands-on training? How do the BSc students get hands-on training at Arogya Dhama?
This is one of the this one. So our university, as well as a university, if you see, it's different from, why it is different from the other courses. I'll give you my example. I completed this one postgraduate diploma in yogic science from Uttarakhand. I'm basically from Uttarakhand. From there I completed. And then somebody, they sponsor 15 students. We were the 15 students and they sponsor us. They told you are from a village and you people don't have more idea about what is happening in the field of yoga. And then that person, he sponsored 15 students from Dehradun, and we joined here YIC course. So he paid for all the 15 students. That time the 1 month course YIC, it was fees was around 5,000 was there at that time. Oh no, I think 5,000 or 15,000. Yeah, it was like that. So he sponsored for all the 15 students, and then we joined here. We all were already this one postgraduate diploma. Everybody has finished the PG diploma, and then we joined here for the yoga instructor course. So when I was here in 1 month, I saw Arogya Dhama. That is one of the very important part. Because I completed my diploma, I was knowing that this asana is very good for this disease, or this therapy is very good for this disease. But practically, I was not knowing that one. But when I saw in the Arogya Dhama here, the therapists they are teaching to the participant, there after 1 week, a lot of improvement is there. So that was a very interesting thing I found. And then I decided to pursue the MSc from here. And then I joined MSc here. So in MSc, we got chance to stay here, there in each division, in each section. In Arogya Dhamma, we have the 9 section. A, B, C, D, and we have divided into categories. Like A section, it deals with neurology and oncology. And Dr. Amit, he will be explaining more about that one. So in that one, student, they need to be in the one section up to 21 days or 1 month. And that actual thing they will be seeing, whatever they are studying in the books, their theory time, they will be seeing there in the Arogya Dhamma with the patient, whether it is improving or not. And that is a practical experience that make our student differ from the other university student. Because other students, they don't have this type of facility to see all this thing, what is happening. So when our students, they are completing their course and they are taking their own classes, so they are in far better than other universities, that one. They have more knowledge about the practical knowledge, especially. Another thing, like our student, the BSc student, they have 1 month course, PDC, Personality Development course here. So that is 1 month course, and in that one, around from 9 to 15 age group children from all over the Bangalore, even nearby the states also, they are coming and joining. So around 300 to 400 children of this age group, they are coming to SVIASA here, and they are staying here for 10 days, 3 camp we are running. So our BSc students are the coordinator, they are the teachers. So when our student, they will be in the 5th and 6th semester, they will get chance to conduct this PDC camp. So this is a practical knowledge now. So when they are completing, they are very strong in all the field, whether it is in the physical asana, how to conduct it. So as our Guruji, he says always, all-round personality development. We should not be only focused on the theory part. And he is especially focused on the practical part. Guruji is saying, keep less theory, more practicals. So all-round personality development, even taking the classes, conducting the classes, counseling. So our students in that all field, they are trained.
Vikas Bhaiya, for this wonderful words that you shared about SVIASA. Looking forward to talking to you more about this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Didi. Thank you.
Course. So just I'll show my class to you, our BSc Yoga Therapy. Let's go.
हम राष्ट्र के योगी करेंगे ध्यान भारत का।
बने हम राष्ट्र के योगी करेंगे ध्यान भारत का।
उठाकर धर्म का झंडा, उठाकर प्रेम की डफली,
उठाकर धर्म का झंडा, उठाकर प्रेम की डफली। निरन्मयेन पात्रेण सत्यस्यापि हितं मुखं तत्त्वं पोषन्न पावृणो सत्यधर्माय दृष्टये। ॐ नमः मित्राय नमः। ॐ ह्रीं रवये नमः। ॐ ह्रूं सूर्याय नमः। ॐ ह्रीं भानवे नमः। ॐ भगवताय नमः। ॐ पुरुषे नमः। ॐ ह्रां हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ॐ ह्रीं मरीचये नमः। ॐ ह्रूं आदित्याय नमः। ॐ ह्रीं सवित्रे नमः। ॐ ॐ भास्कराय नमः।
Hari Om, I am Gayatri. I am going to do Ekahasta Mayurasana.
My name is Varun Patel. I am going to do
My name is Shruti Jain. I will do Trivikramasana.
myself Krishna Tiwari. I am doing handstand from Shashanka.
Myself वंशवीर चौधरी, मैं उत्तर प्रदेश का रहने वाला हूँ और आई एम स्टडिंग इन SVS योगा यूनिवर्सिटी एंड आई एम डूइंग BSc योगा थेरेपी. Now in early age I was related to the ashram life, so I was doing service there and many things, seva, whatever I was doing there. So I have keen interest to learn about something spirituality and related to the yoga and science of yoga and holistic living of the well-being for the peoples. So I came here to learn more things. So I have so much curiosity to learning about some therapies here that's going like evidence-based therapy. So I am very interested to learning these things and I am learning. Hopefully I am learning very well. Now I am very happy with this university and atmosphere of the university. Thank you.
This is Tribhuvan Reddy. I am from Hyderabad, Telangana. I am pursuing my BSc YT Yoga Therapy in SVS University. I am in my fourth semester. I have done my with my third semester. I'm in my fourth semester. Our course is 3 years course. These three things. And if I come to my MSc after completing my BSc, I'll be doing my MSc here. Like if I do my MSc here, I'll be getting more therapy knowledge where I don't get from other universities. The specialty of our university is like they'll be teaching more therapy part to us. Like we can directly show our treatment on this patients.
Namaste, my name is Shruti Jain from Madhya Pradesh, and at early age I was playing yoga competitions. I playing advanced national. So my coaches suggest me, motivate me, come to SVS University and you can join course of BSc Yoga Therapy and you can make your future in yoga. So my coaches suggested me and I felt very proud to be part of SVS, and I'm very happy that I'm learning something new about yoga.
Hari Om. I am Prathamesh Narwade from Nasik, Maharashtra. I am I'm studying BSc Yoga in this Prashanti Kutiram campus. So in Prashanti, usually our day starts pretty early. Early in the 5, we have our asana class. So at 4:30, we all wake up together and take a bath and go to do asanas in our class. So 5 to 7 we have asana and pranayama, and at 7 we have Maitri Milan, where we chant Hanuman Chalisa and few shlokas from Bhagavad Gita, and our honorable Guruji speaks for half an hour. And after that we have breakfast, and 9 onwards we have classes where our teachers, and teachers not bhaiya in our campus, we don't call teachers. The relation between a teacher and student is not like a typical teacher where you see in other universities. Here the teachers are like big brothers for us, so we call them bhaiya and didis. So they take lecture from 9 to 1, and 1 we have our lunch, and after that we can rest for a few time, and we have some practical sessions like karma yoga, krida yoga, and then at 5 to 6 we have tuning with nature, where we can play sports or perform asanas. And from 6 onwards, our day ends with a beautiful session of bhajan, where we all together sing bhajan, and this is how our day ends.
Hari Om. I'm Khushbu Dhiman from Himachal Pradesh. I'm pursuing BSc Yoga Therapy from S. Vyasa Yoga University. So basically, on Sundays also our day starts at 5 only. At 5 we have morning class. So on Sundays also we wake up at 4. Then after morning class, after asana practical session, we have 7 to 8 again Maitri Milan. Like as for normal people, food is compulsory every day. For yogis, this yoga practical session for us, it's compulsory.
How they define stress? When you have hormonal imbalances or endocrinal imbalances. Of course, that endocrinal and then that imbalances in autonomic nervous system. And if you have any, imbalance between this panchakosha will lead to the stress. This is one of the...
We now come to the end of this 5 parts series on Vyasa. As I was leaving the campus, I felt very enriched, enlightened, especially after my conversation with Didi and Guruji, and also seeing the various activities that are carried out at Vyasa. Hope you all enjoyed this experience along with me, and this is definitely a place to visit. Do like, share this 5 episodes of Vyasa, and also do subscribe if you have not done it already. Stay tuned for more interesting stories.